Hey, I'm Mo. I'm Breck's Conservation Specialist, part of Breck's Conservation Education Team. And today we're going to go on a walk at Kendalwood and see what we can find. So this is poison ivy. Obviously we all know to stay away from that, but we don't always know exactly what it looks like. And it can be found on trees like this. It can get really big and end up looking like part of the tree itself. So good general rule is leaves of 3, let it be. There's other plants that look a lot like it though. So if you come over here, we have Virginia creeper. It has leaves of 5, but they have a very similar serrated pattern. So when they're side by side, you can tell the difference. But when it's just this one by itself, it can be a little confusing. But if you see 5 leaflets like that, you don't have to worry. It's just Virginia creeper. This is tallow. It is an invasive species. It's a tree that grows here. Well, it's not supposed to grow here. It's called Chinese tallow for a reason. It was imported for oil. Let me double check that. It was imported for oil, and so it had uses, but it escaped cultivation, as most of our invasive species do. And people still like it because it has beautiful, beautiful red leaves in the fall. Unfortunately, it takes over without having a good species benefit. So you'll find areas that are just tallow and privet, which is another one of our invasive species, and nothing else. And that's not really good for our wildlife. It's not really good for anything. That's what it looks like as a baby. It has these characteristic spade-shaped leaves that get to be about that size, and it's really easy to pull up when it's this small, but it's not so easy to pull up when it's a whole tree. If you like those beautiful red leaves in the fall, consider planting our native trees that have red leaves, like red maple, instead of tallow. Flowers. So May-apples are cool because they flower underneath here. They're really, really pretty little white flowers. They're a really, really good indicator of spring. So May-apples also have a toxin in every part of the plant. It's podophyllum, and it is used for treatments of various cancers, malaria, other maladies, and has historically been used by Native Americans for treatment of illness as well. But we can't eat it. It is very toxic. It does have those flowers underneath here that are white to rose colored. They're not out right now. They only last a very short period of time, and they are pollinated by bees. Though whether they smell really nice or very foul is up for debate by people. Apparently it varies from person to person. So here we have a really cool mushroom, and actually he's got some slug friends in here too. And these guys, well, we have our decomposers and our scavengers, and they are super, super important parts of our ecosystems. So they both decay organic matter, or they digest organic matter. So our slug friends will eat dead plants, dead animals. Our funguses will decay organic matter as well. And without these guys, we would have a bunch of, well, dead stuff just lying around everywhere that would never go away. This tree is really cool. So this is a honey locust. It has, well, it's hard to mistake for anything else. It's got these very wicked spines everywhere. And historically, these spines, which are really cool, they're very, very sharp, so don't stab yourself with them. They were used as pins for clothing. And for the tree, they were protection against now extinct mega herbivores. They might provide some protection from deer currently, but they're not very effective at that. So it's minimal if there is. They produce these awesome seed pods that are huge, and they're called honey locust. The inside of each one of these seed pods is very, very sweet. They're eaten by a lot of things, from squirrels to deer to, well, just about anything in these woods. And the seeds inside have a very protective seed coat, so when they pass through the digestive system, they're a lot easier for the plant to grow wherever they landed. So they're really cool. They make excellent mustaches for when you're running around in the woods. I mean, come on. Do you want to see the river? So here is Bayou Manchac, and it's right next to our park. So our park is what is called a wetland. It's wet land. It's an area that's characterized by periodic flooding. So the river will sometimes, will sometimes overtop the banks and flood the area here. And what happens is all of the soils, all of the trees suck up all of that water. So our wetlands are super vital and important for our ecosystems, for our daily lives.